So hi friends, I'm Rekha and we are learning English together. I'm really happy that you could make it for another video with me, and here I'm gonna tell you the right approach to learn English. Now you must be wondering, if this is the right approach to learn English, then till now what you have been doing. Was it wrong English? Now just tell me one thing very honestly. If someone asks you some question in English, what do? Do you start translating in your mind, or do you speak in your native language? What do? If you translate, in your mind, and if you are answering or replying in your native language, both the approaches are wrong actually. Because these approaches will never let you learn English or to become fluent in English. Then what is the right approach to learn English? The right approach to learn English is to speak or think in English. First you need to think in English and then reply. Because when you translate in your mind to answer the question, what happens? First of all, you just waste a lot of time, thinking about the thing that what you are going to do, what you are going to answer. Second thing is that, while answering your question, you actually lose the track in thinking about or in translating about the question, and in between what happens that you actually are not able to speak what you really want to speak. And 50% of your conversation, it remains, untold. So what is the right thing? What should you do? Start thinking in English. Think in English. Just think in English. Because what happens? Suppose we are from India and we are learning more than one language. Sometimes your mother tongue, your native language, and you are trying to speak English too. So when you are trying to speak English, what happens that, you give very rare time to this language. You can say only 1 hour when you are speaking to your teacher or when you are practicing. So you cannot give more than 1 hour to this language. While if we talk about other language like your native language, what do? When you have native language, what do that you get a lot of practice in it. It's get spoken by these mother tongue and your native language. It gets spoken by all the time. Whenever you're talking to somebody like your friends, your colleagues, sometimes when you are when you have gone for marketing, you're the person who comes to your house, every time you are speaking in your mother tongue. So that is where you get a lot of exposure to it and practice in it, and that is why you are very much good in your mother tongue, in your native language. But in contrary to that, when it comes to English speaking, you get very less exposure in it because you talk very less. So that is why you are not able to speak properly. So what is the right approach? What should you do? In my opinion, you need a lot of practice in it. Second thing, start thinking in English. Just think in English. Whenever you are translating in your mind, as I told you that you are doing a lot of things, instead of doing that, start thinking in English. Just think in your brain, think in your mind, and then you deliver that thing. So today, first of all, I'm gonna tell you few tips. No, you cannot call it a tips, a few way of learning English, because these ways are really very useful if you adopt them. Because as I told you that we are learning English together. So I have also tried this thing, and trust me that this thing is really very helpful to me, when I use this technique or thing or whatever you call it. You know what? First, think in English and start constructing small sentences. When you go to some places, like suppose you have gone to a fair, there you see a lot of people, they are moving around. You can just watch them and think in your mind, how can you construct small sentences by watching those things. If something is around you, like as I told you that you have gone to a fair, so you can see lots of things over there. Like you can see some stalls, you can see colorful dresses, you can see clowns, you can see stalls, swings, lots of things. So just start describing those things which you see in a small sentences. Like you can say, the fair is very much crowded, I can see lots of people here, and I can also see lots of stalls, people are buying sweets, some people are laughing, they are enjoying a lot, some children are buying sweets, a small baby is crying, probably he has lost with his parents, or I can see some beggars are sitting in front of a temple, people are giving prasad to them, and you can describe all those things which you can see in a fair. Or suppose you have gone to a crowded train, what happens, you just got a seat, after doing a lot of effort, you're just able to sit in a place. Then what happens, sit quietly and observe people, try to find out what is new in them, and just start constructing sentences in your brain. You can say that I can see train is moving, started moving very slow, and few people are sitting over there, one couple is sitting, small child is playing, and a lady is eating something. So small sentences you can make, and in this way you will find that first of all, you do it intentionally, you do it by putting forces, make some sentences. When you will get habituated to this thing, you will think that automatically sentences will come into your mind. Initially it will take time to make sentences, but once you do it, things become easier for you, and you don't have to put a lot of pressure to make sentences. So this is really a very good thing, I suppose. I find it really very advantageous, you can say advantages, and very good also. You can get a lot of exposure to this language by doing this, because you are constructing small sentences. So you can do this thing when you go to some doctor place and you are sitting for your turn to come. There also you can see lots of things, patients are waiting, some patients are sneezing, some are lying down on a table or chair, and made for them, actually made for the patient, and some people are talking about the doctor, some are taking medicines, some small babies are they are crying, and so lots of things you can see whenever we go to some places. Like even if we go to some mall, we can describe things in small sentences. So first, as I told you, we have to put pressure into it, and we can describe so many things, making small sentences. Don't worry about the wrong thing which you are doing here. Like if you are not able to make correct sentences, it's okay, but your small effort will leads you towards the greater task. As I told you, first you do it intentionally, and then it will become your habit. Now the second thing which I would like to tell you, that is start constructing hypothetical situation in your mind. Believe me, this really works. Hypothetical situation means just think about some imaginary situation which is going to take place. Suppose that you have an interview, and tomorrow, and you are preparing for that. So just think about the question they are going to ask you. So make some questions, think about them, and give answer yourself. This is if you have gone to going to attend some meeting, and you just prepare some hypothetical situation that, yeah, they are going to ask me some question, I'm going to answer it. I would put my suggestion over this issue, and I'm gonna tell them that this is the right way to do it. Or even if you don't have some meetings or something like that, you can create your own hypothetical situation by thinking on some matter. Just think about, create a situation thinking that, you have gone to a place which is unknown to you, and what question you are going to ask to the people over there. And suppose you have gone to see a historical building, I don't know about it, historical place, and just construct some sentences in your mind that, yeah, I'm going to ask about this thing to them. And in this way, this hypothetical situations, when you create in your mind, your brain actually work in it, and you are able to construct sentences more and more, thinking about the thing. Because students, one thing I would tell you very honestly, and I find it really interesting and really very it works a lot. The thing is that when you give a self-talk, when you talk to yourself, you find that things really becomes very English becomes easy for you. Because out of hesitation and out of being judged by everybody, we don't talk to anybody, we don't find suitable person to whom we can talk to, and always we think that if we speak wrong English, what would happen? People are gonna laugh at us. So the best way is to give a self-talk. When you give self-talk, it really works. Yeah, I can tell you with confidence that it really works. What I do, I'm just telling you, and this is really, whatever I'm telling, it's really honest thing. You can say that whenever I am alone, I give a self-talk to myself. I start talking, I just talk to myself, I ask question to myself, I answer it. And I can you can also do it. Just think that if you do it, you will find that everything becomes good for you, and you are very easily able to answer things. Now one more thing is that you can review the whole things. This review thing also works for you. Suppose that you just think about the whole thing which you have done from morning till evening. Think about those things in your mind and start writing in your diary. It's like writing a diary. It really works for you. So start writing all small things which you have done, you have been doing since morning till evening, and just note them down. And after noting them down, speak them out. Because speaking is the most important thing, student. If you don't speak, you cannot learn English. So just keep in mind that your speaking is very much needed. Whatever practice you do, whatever method you adopt, whatever tips you adopt, eventually you have to speak. And without speaking, you won't be able to do anything. So that is why, anything in the sense that I mean to say that you can't be able to speak proper English. So that is why English is very much, it depends on practice. The more practice you give, the better it becomes. So that is why always practice English, and it really helps, trust me.